Already under major public scrutiny, is facing even more legal troubles tonight. In fact, a former Department of Economic Security employee has filed a lawsuit alleging wrongful termination.
Yeah, he says he discovered millions of dollars in overspending. ABC 15 investigator Lori Jane Gliha explains why fewer people are now helping to collect delinquent child support payments because of it.
For moms and dads around the state, collecting child support can be challenging.
It's horribly inconsistent.
Mesa mom Cheryl Clark
This is Austin.
would rather not know the difficult drill so well.
It's hard. You go to court and you plead your case, and I've seen to count to date 3 different judges.
Cheryl isn't alone. Arizona has more than 142,000 cases involving unpaid child support. Parents owe more than $1.7 billion.
I think the system is failing us. Our kids deserve the support from both parents, and they're not getting it. And it's sad. It's just really sad.
Getting parents to pay is one thing, but we found a deeper problem: flaws in the state's own collection process. It's documented right here in this audit conducted by the state's Office of Accountability.
The December 2012 audit evaluated the state's relationship with 6 outside collection agencies. The state paid them for years to help collect money from delinquent parents. This internal review found a significant amount of improper payments, flawed review processes, and weaknesses in the contracts the agencies held with the state. A close examination of just 1 month of data found a potential overpayment of more than $105,000 from the state to the collection agencies. Now take a look at this, a 2013 lawsuit filed against the state. In it, a former state employee, Rich Bridle, claims he discovered some of the financial problems during his employment as a contract specialist. He says he suffered retaliation because of it and ultimately lost his job. Bridle's suit calls the state's alleged overpayments gross overspending, which he says resulted in $8 to $10 million in misspending over the past 13 years.
I don't have any reaction.
No reaction.
Don't have any reaction.
We asked DES for an on-camera interview about the lawsuit and the audit findings, but the state repeatedly refused. Then we got a hold of this, an internal affairs investigation that proves the state had been overpaying collection agencies for years. It shows several managers and employees knew about the problem since at least 2007, but no one did anything about it until years later. A state audit supervisor also reported, at a minimum, managers ignored signs that there was a problem. The Department of Economic Security sent ABC 15 a written response to our questions. The state admits to making overpayments, but disputes the amount. The actual overpayment, they claim, totaled nearly $340,000 over a span of 4 years. The state terminated all contracts with outside collection agencies while it works to repair flaws in the system. But that leaves some to wonder. Who's handling collections now for tens of thousands of families waiting for child support?
The state does have internal staff that works on collections, but it didn't hire any additional staff to compensate for the contracts it terminated with those outside agencies. Meanwhile, the state did send letters to some of those outside agencies asking for repayments, but to this date, most have not complied. I'm investigator Lori Jane Gliha, ABC 15 News.
Now, we've also learned in the last year at least 8 state workers connected to this investigation no longer work for the state.
Yeah, and that includes Veronica Ragland, the former assistant director of child support and enforcement, as well as Rich Bridle, who's the man who is now suing the state.
Well, let's talk weather, and there's a lot happening